this lesson, we will look at the fundamental aspects of designing sustainable living spaces. We will ask ourselves what needs to be done to make the spaces we live in sustainable, and we will see what is important in making choices that are truly sustainable and that improve each of our lives on every level. Environmental sustainability has now become a central issue in the planning of our society and in the development of our world. Today, in fact, it is no longer possible to conceive of progress based on the indiscriminate use of resources, and every choice that looks to the future must be guided by new paradigms that take into account how the relationship between humans and the environment has changed over the centuries. It is therefore necessary to make choices that are truly sustainable and that influence the lives of each of us at every level, from urban planning to the management of natural resources and energy, transforming the imperative of environmental sustainability from a mere slogan capable only of generating a consensus that is as critical as it is ineffective into a driving force for concrete projects that can change the lives and habits of every citizen. Architectural design for sustainable living focuses on creating buildings that minimize environmental impact and maximize aesthetic qualities, as well as energy efficiency, in order to provide a good quality of life for the inhabitants. This approach integrates sustainability into every stage of the design process, from the shape of the space to the choice of materials, from the layout of the rooms to color choices, with the goal of creating comfortable and environmentally friendly spaces. In an era marked by extreme weather events, resource scarcity, and rapid population growth, the home, for example, is no longer just a shelter. It is an organism that must adapt, regenerate, and interact with the environment. Architectural research is increasingly moving in this direction toward an approach that integrates traditional knowledge of good building practices with advanced technologies, natural materials, and circular practices to design spaces without waste. The word sustainability is used all too often today. For this reason, it is worth starting with a simple question. What do we really mean when we talk about sustainable architecture? It is a complex quality, difficult to measure, because it involves numerous aspects, from limiting the use of non-renewable resources to the use of non-toxic and durable materials, up to the ability to passively harness energy and sunlight and combine it with the quality of spaces designed for human living. All these elements work together to reduce environmental impact and make a home more sustainable. In designing living spaces today, it is necessary to take into account some key principles that are at the heart of the cultural debate about the future of spaces for people. Energy efficiency, for example, the use of construction techniques that reduce energy consumption, such as thermal insulation, orienting buildings to maximize the use of natural light, and integrating renewable energy sources. Or sustainable materials, the use of low environmental impact materials such as certified wood, the practice of recycling and the use of local materials, the control of air and water quality through devices that promote natural ventilation, efficient water management with the use of resource recovery systems, and the reduction of waste. The provision of open and accessible spaces, the creation of green areas and gathering places that promote the well-being and socialization of residents. The principle of adaptability, designing buildings that can adjust to the changing needs of residents and environmental conditions, with the possibility of being modified or expanded in the future. Let's now look at some examples of construction practices to see how these principles take shape in the real world. The construction of passive buildings, that is, houses built according to passive building principles, which minimize energy consumption through thermal insulation, natural ventilation, and sunlight. The use of natural and renewable materials such as wood, cork, hemp, and other products from renewable sources. The use of tanks and filtration systems to collect and reuse rainwater for irrigation and other activities. The use of natural elements, the creation of green spaces in urban areas to improve air quality, provide thermal insulation for buildings, and create gathering spaces. The use of advanced construction techniques that combine tradition and innovation to reduce waste and speed up construction times while maintaining the quality of the architectural work. Architectural design for sustainable living represents an innovative approach. It is increasingly widespread and allows for the combination of efficiency, well-being, and respect for the environment to produce benefits for users. But what are these benefits? They include the reduction of environmental impact, lower greenhouse gas emissions, reduced energy and resource consumption, and better waste management. They increase in living comfort, improved air quality, optimized indoor temperature, greater natural lighting, and reduced humidity. Cost reduction. Lower management costs thanks to energy savings and the use of low-cost materials. Greater well-being. Green spaces and open, accessible environments, as well as the possibility to grow plants and vegetables directly at home. Added value. Sustainability is a factor increasingly appreciated by buyers and can increase the value of a property. In conclusion, this is an integrated design with a complex approach, drawing on the knowledge of the past projected onto the opportunities of the present and the challenges of the future, for conscious human values to guide a vision of the progress of civil life toward a more responsible tomorrow, creating benefits for the world and for everyone.